A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Go for it.
This book pissed me off, man.
I liked it.
Oh no.
It was a good book.
That's the dumbest thing in the world. Why did she give her trials?
So dumb, bro.
Well, I predicted it because it was so obvious. Oh, I didn't see you there.
Welcome to Readers Anonymous.
Warning, the following content is intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. This podcast contains really cool shit that parents may not find suitable for children, including coarse language, themes of violence, sex, the overthrowing of fascist governments, and romanticy, even though we don't really like that stuff. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of the Readers Anonymous. I am your host, John.
And I'm Cam.
Today we have a very special episode. It is the first of our series, Suck
Or Fuck.
The series where we decide if books suck.
Or fuck.
That's about it. We review books and we tell you if we like them. Today,
We're starting out with a banger, bro.
Yes,
We're starting out with a fucking banger.
This last week, we have been reading a very special novel. And Cam, could you tell them what that novel is?
Yes. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
Damn.
What a book.
Yeah, it's a book. It's a book
It's
for
a
sure.
book.
This last week, me and Cam have both been reading it. We've been taking notes.
This is the first time I've ever taken notes on a book.
Same. I pretty much not every chapter, but like every other chapter at least, I was stopping. I was, doing a little recap for myself and then putting down some thoughts.
I was annotating that bitch, bro. I was in there.
Did you highlight the book?
Girlies? Yeah, I'm highlighting
Damn.
that shit. Yeah, listen.
Okay, I didn't go as far as highlighting.
I'm in there, okay? I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all.
Well,
okay?
hold that thought, right?
Right.
Because at the end of the episode is when we will actually decide for ourselves whether or not it sucks or fucks.
Yeah.
We might agree, we might disagree. I'm hoping we agree here, but we're going to find out. We've been trying so hard not to talk to each other about this book. And I wanted to talk to you.
This is also the first time where me and you have both read the same book and haven't texted each other about it, talked about it in person. We saved it all for the podcast.
We came so close a couple times. I'd be like, I'd say like, I just finished this chapter. And then you'd say like, yeah. And then I'd start typing and I'd just delete it. I'd be like, no,
stop,
do not
bro.
say anything. Save it for the podcast. So
I'm glad
we're doing this for you guys.
We are.
I wanted to talk to him so bad, but that's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's a book talks, right? I mean,
That's right.
So I had an idea actually.
Okay.
Before we say if it officially sucks or fucks or not,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question, and I'll answer this too.
Okay. I'm listening.
Did you like the book?
You want me to say that now?
Yes.
Did I
I
like
want me
it?
to say it now. If you did you like it? Just and you don't have to go in depth. Well, we're gonna after you say that in the beginning, we're gonna talk about it, and maybe it'll change your mind, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Maybe by the end of this, my mind will change about something.
Yeah.
And my suck or fuck answer will change.
Yeah.
And I did not like the book, bro. I did not like it. What did you think? You're turning your head away. You liked it?
I liked it.
Oh no.
It was a good book.
Okay. All right. Well, before we delve too deep into a discussion of whether it's good or not, we're gonna do a little plot recap for everyone. As we go, we might stop and make some comments. It'll be pretty obvious when we didn't like something or like something, but we won't go too in depth until after the plot recap, and then we'll let it fire.
Yep.
We'll let it
and
loose.
full spoiler warning: we're getting into the thick of it immediately.
Yes.
We're not holding anything back here. If you are scared of that or you want to read it, which I can't say if I advise you to read it or not until at the end of the episode, but if you do want to read it, just wait. Wait. Go read it first and then come back and watch this video. Okay.
Yeah. So let's begin, right?
Yeah. So let's start with where does this book begin?
So it begins with our protagonist, Feyre, I believe is how you pronounce it. Feyre. She is a strong-willed, independent hunter, a poor human in a world of mystery. In a world populated by not just humans, not just animals, but by these creatures known as fairies.
I think it's just fairy.
Is it just fairy?
I think it's fairy.
Okay. Fairies.
Fairies.
Which, it's not a fairy like you'd expect. What are fairies, Cam?
it's like humans with like special. They're just like magical humans almost.
Yeah.
Like some of them can shapeshift and stuff like that. They have like magical healing abilities.
Yeah.
And their abilities kind of range all over the place. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
was
go
gonna
too
say
in depth.
they're
into
called fairies as like basically just to say they're not human and they're not like normal earthly animals.
I think so. Yeah.
As far as I can tell, because there's some fairies that like don't look human at all, right?
Yeah. There's different like species of fairy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There's
so-
like the high fae, which is like the leaders and stuff like that, and there's like the low fairies,
Yeah.
and those are all kind of like humanoid esque.
Yeah, which high fae are essentially just elves, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Essentially,
They're elves.
they have unique powers.
They
like,
got the pointy ears.
Yep, but they got the pointy ears, and they're essentially just immortal elves.
And they're all hot.
Yeah, they're all hot.
all hot, bro.
That's a very important. Maybe you wouldn't be surprised how important to the plot that is. They are
it's very
all
important.
extremely attractive. Anyways, let's dial back.
So, it's the land is called Prithian, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Well, that's the land of the fae.
That's the land of the Fae. So there's a great divide
Yes.
between humans and the fairies. There was a war between humans and fairies, and the fairies won the war. And the humans get this tiny little plot of land at the bottom of the continent, and there's a wall separating them from the rest of the fairies.
Yep.
They're not allowed to fuck with the fairies, and they are. The fairies aren't supposed to fuck with them either.
Exactly.
Wait, so did the humans win the war, or
So
because they were slaves originally?
yes. So I think the humans. I don't know. Like I think it's like one of those things where neither side technically won fully.
It was a treaty.
But the humans got the treaty where they could no longer be enslaved, and that's the important thing. That's why
Yes.
they were fighting.
But they got a tiny ass piece of land.
But they did get a tiny ass piece of land.
And this area sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. And that's where we find our main protagonist. She's
Yep.
in the woods. Her family, comes from a home that's very, poor. Her family doesn't make a lot of money.
No, that's wrong.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to it, right? But this is kind of like how it's presented to us in
Right.
the beginning,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is
It's winter.
She's starving and she knows her family's starving. She's a provider for them. And she's hunting with her bow. And what happens in those woods, Cam?
She begins to track a little doe.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, she's going deeper into the forest than ever before. She finds this deer and she's tracking it, and she's about to take her shot, and boom, you see a giant fucking wolf.
Yes.
Okay. And she can tell based on how quiet it is and how big it is, this isn't no normal wolf. Okay. She thinks it might be a fairy.
Yes, because that's one thing about fairies. Like I said, they don't come in one shape and size. They can be pretty much anything. But usually, they're so grand that you can tell it's a fairy.
Right. Yeah. So she thinks it's a fairy. She's using the logic in her head. Oh, I don't know if it's a fairy or not. So technically, I'm not like breaking the law by fucking killing this thing. She's worried it's gonna kill the doe and take her food for her family.
Yeah.
So she gets this special arrow that's meant for killing fairies, and takes her shot, kills the fucking thing.
Yeah.
The thing looks at her as it's dying, doesn't fight back, and just dies.
Yep. And she shoots one last arrow through its eye, penetrating into its brain.
Beautiful shot. Perfect shot.
Yeah, perfect shot. She's a pro.
She's a
by the
pro.
way.
She's like 18, right?
Yeah, 19,
Professional.
19.
19-year-old. She doesn't really act like it, but yeah.
Yep.
It's
And she takes a shot. She kills the wolf. But she's not strong enough to bring it and the doe, because she also kills the doe, or the wolf killed the doe and then she killed the wolf. I
yes,
think.
yes.
So she skins the wolf, takes its pelt, and she carries the doe back to her home.
Yeah.
And that's where you meet her family.
And her family fucking sucks.
Her family sucks so much, bro.
I'm not going to talk about. We'll save it for the character portion or however we do this. But they suck. She's two older sisters that both are arrogant pieces of shit.
Yep.
And her father is a fucking loser with a bent out leg. And TLDR, her family. I don't think this is super important, right?
Yeah.
Her family used to be rich. They lost their riches, and her mom died.
Yep.
And her mom made her promise to take care of and protect her family, I guess, because she knew the other people in the family were worthless. Yeah,
Useless.
exactly.
And I mean, and it is like a decent part of the plot that she is the provider for her family, and her family is very like, they don't even like thank her really. They just fucking,
they're all trust fund babies.
Yeah,
bro. They're trust fund babies with no trust.
and they mooch off her. She comes back with the food. They're like, oh yeah, we can eat now, but like they don't.
Fuck
they
you.
don't they don't give a fuck.
She's
about
like, fuck
Fairy
you, we
or
can eat.
Feyre.
Fuck, bitch.
Yeah, and they mooch off her whenever she sells the pelts. They take the money from her, but here's where things get interesting.
Oh, and they get interesting.
The wolf that she killed was indeed a fairy. It was confirmed when a great beast arrives at her home, and he knocks down the door and he says, "Who killed the wolf?" And
Feyre stands up. She
up.
stands in front of her family as the protector. Her father doesn't do shit. Her sisters don't do shit.
Nope. Well,
She's the one.
Nesta, her sister, stands in front of their other sister, Elaine.
Yeah, I guess you can hand
that
to
happens.
Nesta.
That does happen. Because that will be important later because of something I want to talk about.
Yep. And this wolf is like, you killed my fairy friend, basically.
Not a wolf. It's like a beast.
Beast. Okay, yeah. It's like giant beast.
On two legs.
2 legs. Scary as fuck. Claws. I think it's like silvery and stuff like that.
Something like that. Its eyes are green with specks of gold.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He's beautiful and scary.
Yes.
And Feyre's like, I killed the wolf. And so he goes, you broke the treaty, so now you have to give a life to Prithian since you took a life.
Yep.
And for some reason, the option is either die or and the second choice is very important.
Yes.
Or you can come live with me at my estate and do fuck all.
Yeah. He said, you killed my friend. I will either kill you or you can come live on my estate and we can chill together.
And we can chill and be buds. Yeah.
And after, a lot of thinking, a lot of consideration,
Tough choice.
do I want to die here? She decides to go.
Yeah.
And her father's like, go, Feyre, and don't come back because some reason. And they travel back together.
Yep.
This beast, who we know is a fairy, by the way. We know it's a fairy.
Yeah, we know it's a fairy.
This beast has a horse prepared, and she goes on the horse, and they go back to Prithian, the home of the fairies.
Yep. She crosses that wall.
Yep.
And what she thinks is for good.
Yep.
She's like, I'm going here, and I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna have to find a way to escape. That's like first thing in her mind is
Right.
like my family can't survive without me because they all fucking suck and are useless.
Yep.
I have to get back, otherwise they're doomed. Pretty much.
Yeah, they're fucked basically.
Yeah. So they travel to Prithia or something like that.
The Prithian.
The Prithian.
I don't know. It sounds funny.
And to this fairy's estate.
Where it's all spring-like, it's beautiful, it's no longer harsh winter, it's gorgeous, dude.
Beautiful lands.
And it's kind of empty. She doesn't really see much. And this guy is like, all right, just stay out of everyone's way and like kind of fuck off.
Yeah. And he brings her to the dining room.
Yeah.
For the first time. And this hulking beast that he is, he walks to the end of the table, he sits down, and then something happens.
He transforms into a beautiful man.
The hottest guy you know.
The hottest guy you've ever seen.
The hottest guy you know, except for one horrible flaw. He has a wicked badass mask on.
He has a masquerade mask on.
He has a masquerade mask. A gold masquerade
gold
mask.
and green gemmed mask. So you can't see his eyes or his brow.
Well, you can see his eyes, though. His eyes are very important.
Yeah, his eyes are very
They
important.
mentioned the eyes so many times.
But you can only see his mouth.
Yep.
And you can't see like the top of his cheeks and his eyebrows and his brow.
You can see his
like
perfect jawline.
Yeah.
His perfect golden hair.
And very important, his corded muscle on his arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his jacked broad shoulders.
Yes.
And alongside of him is another fairy, Lucian.
Lucian's cool.
Yep. We'll probably touch on him a few times.
Red haired, another human. He's a human. Or he looks like a human. He's a fairy, but he's like a humanoid form. Red hair, and his mask is like a fox mask instead of like the other one. So he's the sly guy, and he's like, what is she doing here? Blah 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 blah, and all this stuff.
From the very beginning, you can tell that the fairy who he introduces himself as Tamlin. That is the fairy that took her away, that turned into this jacked hot guy. His name is Tamlin.
This is the love interest.
Yes. And you can tell kind of from the beginning, he's like, kind of like, Lucian's like trying to get him to, hit on her a little bit.
He's
or
trying to
talk
throw him
her.
a bone.
Yeah. And, Feyre is very like off-put from the beginning. She's terrified of these things. Because that's the thing, in their lore, fairies are evil creatures that enslave humans and eat them and eat from their flesh and cook them. But turns out they're just hot.
They're hot and nice.
They're hot and nice.
Yeah.
And
as far as we know so far.
Yeah. And we'll, from here, we'll kind of fast forward a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of fast forwarding.
She, enjoys her time at the estate.
Yep.
She slowly becomes closer to Lucian. She becomes closer to Tamlin. And, what's the next important plot point?
So she begins to learn about this thing called the Blight.
Ooh, yes.
And it's this like magical sickness that's traveling across the fairy lands, and it's affecting everybody.
Yes.
And they're not as strong as they should be. It's like kind of like seeping their magic.
Yes.
And it's causing all these fairy monsters to travel about and cross the borders into their lands and stuff like that.
One just real important or real small note: the fairy lands are split into 7 unique courts.
Yes.
There's the Spring Court, and that is where Tamlin lives, and that is where Feyre lives as well. And there are other courts as well. There's like a winter court, there's a summer court, there's a night court, which is important. And and every court has their own high fae who rules it as the High Lord.
Yes.
And we learned that Tamlin is the High Lord.
Yes.
Continue.
And this blight is taking everything away, and they're trying to like figure out how to fucking stop it, I guess. And they're being very secretive. They're not telling Feyre everything. They're kind of hiding shit from her.
Yep.
And it kind of leads into giving a little bit of small details here and there about this her.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Her,
and
this mysterious
it's all
her.
refers to as this her. And it then the next like major plot point is after she's been on this state, she's like doesn't really know what to do with herself. So she knows she likes painting, so she's painting and stuff like that. I guess that's important to her character, is that her main hobby is, and her main personality trait is that she likes to paint, which is cool. I like to paint too. It's
We'll get
cool.
back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. And time goes on, and now she's talking to Tamlin, and he's like, all right, in the next day or so, we're doing this ritual outside. Oh, do you remember what it's called, John?
I think it's called like the Night of Fire or
the
something
Night
like
of
that.
Fire. I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's like, you can't come out tonight.
Yes.
It's only fairies. It's going to be dangerous, and you have to stay inside the house.
Yes.
And obviously, what does Feyre do?
She does what any intelligent, independent, strong person would. She ignores every warning sign.
Yep.
And she leaves the estate anyways.
Yeah.
And wants to go check out
Honestly,
the festivities.
I'd probably do the same thing. Because she's in the house and she's hearing drumming.
All right. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Right. I'm sorry.
We'll get to it. She goes out to this Night of Fire, this ritual. What's the important thing that happens there?
The important thing that happens here is 3 fairies try to like basically grope her and molest her.
Sexually
and
assault her.
This very, very tall, handsome, pale with dark hair and
Most
purple
handsome
eyes.
man you've ever met.
And he's so slick, and
Yes.
his shadow coming off of his body.
Yeah.
And he approaches these 3 fairies, and he's like, "What are y'all doing over here?
What are you doing?
What are you doing to my lady?" And they scram immediately. First word out of his mouth, they're gone.
Yep.
And he's like, "You want to come with me?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I hate fairies. No." And walks away, where she finds Lucian.
Yes.
And he's like, "Get the fuck back in the house. What are you doing out here?"
He's like, bitch, we told you, do not leave the house.
Yep.
So many times.
Oh yeah, and there's this cave there in this ritual, and everyone's like, "Oh, Tamlin's in there."
Yeah.
And you don't know exactly what's happening, but it's kind of alluded to that he's banging some fairies.
Getting it on a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting it on.
So yeah, she goes back to the house,
Yeah. Lucian Trout takes her back.
and Lucian explains to her that tonight is the night where, the magic in this land, it comes from the earth. So he must perform an act in order to re-give the earth its magic. Basically, it's a give and take. And the way it's done is he walks towards this cave. He's enchanted with some mental magic where he's
filled with magic energy.
And
He's got to expel it.
the magic makes him extremely horny
And feral.
and feral.
And hot.
So he picks the best woman of the night and he ravishes her. And through their ravaging, through his release, magic is returned to the land.
Yes.
This is the book that we read.
It's great. And
Yeah. What happens after that?
Feyre thinks it's over
Yep.
because everything kind of goes quiet.
Yep.
And she goes out into like the kitchen to get like a snack or some shit, right?
Yep.
It's like still midnight or something. It's
Yeah.
like 2 a.m. I think is
Yeah,
canon.
they said, don't leave your room, don't leave your room,
Yep.
don't leave your room.
So
She's
she
like,
leaves
I want a
a
midnight
second
snack.
time. And she finds Tamlin
Mm-hmm.
looking ferocious. Okay.
His shirt's off.
Shirts off.
His muscles are blazing in
Corded.
the cold night.
Corded muscles on his arms.
Stiff nipples.
And he's
I don't know if they say
staring
that
into
part.
her and he just takes her to the wall and just bites on her neck and goes
And she's
crazy.
like, don't do that, bro. Holy shit, get off of me.
And moaning.
And moaning.
Yeah.
And he's like, I told you not to leave your room tonight, Feyre.
And they don't do anything
And
other
then-
than that.
And
right?
then he leaves. And then he leaves.
They don't have sex.
Backs off.
Backs off.
Feyre goes back to her room.
Feyre goes back to her room. Oh, all hot and bothered. I'm shocked.
But that's this is an important thing to say that already between the first plot point and now, they've developed a little something.
There's something going on.
Something's going
here.
on a little bit. Tamlin's been, he's been nice to her. He's provided this beautiful home. And one important thing too, he provided for her family. Because she was
Oh, you forgot to say that.
She was so worried about her family because she's the only person in that family that could do anything, right? So Tamlin, without even telling her initially, he provides them with a shit ton of money, and he uses his magic so that they think that Feyre is just with a sick aunt. So they don't even worry about her. They can just live a life of luxury, and they think that she's chilling.
Yeah,
And
it's
she
pretty
is
great.
chilling.
She is chilling.
She is
I mean,
chilling.
basically.
But anyways, yeah. So they begin to develop a little bit of a romantic
Oh.
thing going on.
Oh yeah, and everyone when that rite is going on is like, yeah, the reason Lucian's like the reason why you can't go out is because he'll pick you and he'll ravage you.
Yes.
He makes it very obvious.
Yes.
He's gonna pick you if you're out here.
Yes, because he knows.
He knows. He wants
He
her.
knows.
He wants her.
Tamlin likes Feyre.
Tamlin. I mean, she's beautiful. So, after that, it's a little awkward between them at first.
Yep.
But they kind of break the ice like very fast.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say it wasn't because she prominently showed it. She went down and he was like, "Yeah, I bit her." That's what happened.
But
Because
he was
she-
a little awkward about it.
because she came out at
Right,
night. She was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, this dumb person." After we told her not to, came out, and of course I did something. But it's not his fault.
Right. He told her to stay in the
He was
room.
magically enchanted.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And what happens after that?
So I think really the biggest thing is there's an event where this like evil Fae with wings comes to the estate, and they hide Feyre away for some reason. They don't they want to make sure she's not seen.
Yeah.
And she overhears them talking and how once again it's like this she that no one said the name yet, but it's this mysterious she who is threatening Tamlin and has been encroaching on his land and testing him to see if he'll do anything about it. And he's been spending most nights he's been going off and fighting off these evil creatures that have been encroaching on his land. But Feyre still doesn't really understand what's going on.
No, she's completely in the dark about most of that stuff. And I think after that, they just kind of fall in love.
Yeah, they fall in love.
And they go, I know one thing, they go to this pool of starlight where
Yep.
they like swim together and
Yep.
it's all hot
It
and
is all
awesome.
hot.
That's like the main turning point in their love story, I think, where
Yep.
after that, they were kind of just like a thing.
Yep.
And then other big thing is the summer solstice where Tamlin is playing the fiddle for her and then they go dance among the will-o'-the-wisps.
Yep.
And
They kiss.
they kiss and
kiss.
it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
They kiss.
You can't lie. They kiss
They
very
make
deeply.
out.
And after that, oh fuck, I don't even remember.
After that, I think it's kind of just like it's a thing now. They not love each other. They don't say that yet, but they're a thing. They're becoming closer. They've made out. They've done their thing, and then it all comes to a culmination when a man, a fairy, visits the estate.
Yes.
It is none other than the hot, handsome fairy from before, from the Night of Fire that saved her from the 3 fairies. It is Rysand. Or Rysand. Or
I think it's
something like that. Rysand. Immediately, they try to hide Feyre because she's at the dining table. And initially it works. He uses his magic to conceal her. But then he sees through it. He sees the empty plate at the table. She's like, wait, someone was here. And so he discovers Feyre.
And he takes his little mental talons and puts it on her mind and is seeing all her memories, right?
Yes.
And for some reason, after he does that, he's like, and what's your name?
Yeah, he probes her mind. He finds out, oh, this woman has the hots for Tamlin.
Yeah. That's all he got from it.
Yes. And then he pulls back and he's like,
What's your name?
woman?
What's your name?
And she's like, my name's like Claire Evelsworth or something like that. I don't remember.
Village bitch number 34.
Village bitch number 34.
A real person from her old village in the
Yes.
human lands, by the way. Not a fake name.
Not a fake name.
Because she's like, I have to say this fast or else
Yes.
he's going to know I'm lying.
Exactly.
So she says first name that comes to her mind.
Yep.
This random village girl. And he's like being all weird about if he's going to tell her
Well,
or
yeah,
not.
that's the thing. And then it's revealed. She's like, I'm going to tell Amarantha.
Yes.
And for the first time, she has a name now to this her that she keeps hearing about. Amarantha. Whoa, who is that? And he's like, I'm gonna tell Amarantha. And it's like, and Tamlin's like, don't tell her, please.
No.
Lucian's like, don't tell her. And he's like, get on your knees and beg me. And Tamlin does it. He falls to
Like a
his
little
knees
dog. To Rysand.
to Rysand.
Rysand.
And he's like, don't. And Rysand's like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And he leaves.
And he leaves. Yep. I think it's that same night
I think it is.
where they go to Bone Town.
They go to Bone Town. But not before Tamlin tells her she's going to have to leave.
You got it. You got to leave.
Tamlin says, I'm sorry, Feyre, my beloved, but I cannot protect you.
It's too dangerous.
I can't protect you anymore. Now that they know you're here, I can't protect you. You must go home. But before they leave,
Let me sheath my sword in you.
Feyre says, before I go, I must have you once.
And they have each other,
And
boy.
they have each
they
other.
have each
Ooh,
other.
they have each other.
It's great. It's great. They do it. Oh,
They
they
do
do
it.
it that night.
Actually, they do it a lot.
Yeah, apparently.
In case
And-
that's important.
Yeah. And next morning, she goes back to the human lands.
Yep.
And
Well, and before he goes, Tamlin's like, I love you, Feyre.
he does. Yeah.
Yeah, Feyre is too caught up in the moment and is not sure of herself, and she doesn't say it back.
She doesn't say that. She doesn't say it back.
And
Think about that. She doesn't say it back.
and she goes home.
Yep.
All right, fast forward. She's at their house. She
Right.
finds her family. She finds out, yep, they've been living in luxury. They're doing great. Her sister Nesta, her sister Nesta, she was never bewitched. And this whole time, she knew that Feyre wasn't with her sick aunt. There was never a sick aunt,
Right.
but she's been holding this within herself. All right, I guess fast forward through that too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like family lore and
Yep.
stuff like that.
She finds out that the name of the woman that she had told Rysand, their home was burned down and the woman was taken away, I believe, right?
Yep. And she has this epiphany where she's like, I can't let go to him. I can't let go of him. I can't leave.
She's like, that means that they've encroached on our land.
I
and
gotta
we
go
didn't do
back.
anything about it. Oh my God, they're in trouble.
I gotta go
Because
back.
that wasn't obvious in the first place.
I gotta go back now.
I gotta go back. I gotta see my man. My man.
She goes back. She goes back.
Yep.
And finds the court fucked up.
Yep.
It's torn apart,
Yep.
and she finds one of the fairy servants there that has this massive plot lore drop on her about why everything has happened.
And we find out a whole lot of stuff.
Whole lot of stuff here.
Whole lot of stuff happens.
Very important.
All right. Should we start going through the list?
Yeah,
of
we'll
what
just
we find
let's
out?
just list it off here.
right, all
Okay,
right.
so the reason why Tamlin took her to his estate, because that is a little confusing, right? It's like, why would you not just kill her?
Yep.
Is because Tamlin has this curse on by this lady who turns out is the Blight. She's the Blight, Amarantha.
Yep. The
And-
blight wasn't a disease. It was
Yes.
her spell.
It was her spell, and she like took all their powers, and she wanted to be with Tamlin,
Yep.
and Tamlin said, "I'd rather be with the human than be with you," as like a joke, and and like doesn't want to be with her,
Yep.
right? And she is like, "Okay, well then here's this curse. You have 49 years to get a human woman who hates you and hates fairies to...
Yes, it was specifically one who's killed a fairy.
Who's killed a fairy.
With hate in her heart.
With hate in her heart to fall in love with you and say I love you or get married, something along those lines.
Yep. And
that will break the curse. And the reason why the masks are on their face is because this curse applied to them whenever they're at this like ball party where they're all, it was like a masquerade.
It was a masquerade.
Yep. And you learn about where Amarantha came from. I don't think we need to get into all that here.
No, we don't. We learned Amarantha's past, basically why she did the things she did, because she had some stuff with a human who loved her sister.
Basically, she's big bad of Prythian.
Big bad. And this curse, like I said, it would have been broken if Pharaoh would have just said, I love you.
Yep.
He had 7 times 7 years, 49 years. I don't know why they said 7 times 7. I don't know why that whole thing was. But anyways, he had 49 years to make this happen. And when he sent Pharaoh away, there was just 3 days left.
3 days left. He sent her away with 3 days left.
But he loved her so much. He wanted to put her safety first that he
over
sent her anyways.
The entire court and basically the entire land of Prythian.
Yep.
Her. She put her
safety.
over every single person that he's known for his entire life, that live under him, that live on his lands, and basically every other land. Because he's like at this point the only like fighting chance that they have if he breaks this curse.
Yeah. And she says, wow, Tamlin gave up all of this for me. He sacrificed himself. He sacrificed his land, everything so that I might live. I'm going to go find this Amarantha person. And
I'm going to do something about it.
And I'm going to do something about it. And so, to be very clear, by the way, at this point, it is made so clear. The fairies fairies are like here, humans are like here. Yeah. There is no chance of a fairy, of a high fae, I should say, doing shit to a human. Or sorry, other way around, of a human doing shit to a high fae.
Yeah,
high
they're so strong.
They're like gods.
They like teleport in and out of places, and
they
they're
can like kill you with like a wave.
Yeah, it's nuts. They're so strong. It's like an anime. They're like anime characters.
But she's like, I have to find him, and I have to say I love him.
So she goes to his court, or her court, and under this mountain, and
where she has all the high fae, because she has conquered entire of Prythia, and she has all the high fae under her spell.
Yes, and they take her in there, and instead of just killing her, and because the curse is completed.
Yeah,
it's been 49 years at this point. Yep. She has no reason to do anything with Feyre.
Yeah.
But Amarantha is a nice person, apparently.
Or a spiteful person.
Or spiteful, yes.
You might say spiteful, and she tells Feyre, you know what, Feyre, I will do this for you. If you can complete 3 tasks for me, then I will remove the curse from Tamlin, free his entire court. And also, if Tamlin ever gets freed, it's like said, he's going to kill Amarantha.
And he's so strong.
And he's so strong. So if the second he's freed, Amarantha's dead. Everyone knows it. But she's like, I will do this for you because, for some reason, because to prove that your love isn't true. You're going to falter.
Yep. 3 trials.
But not only that. Yep. Because I am such a nice or hateful person, I will give you a riddle. And if you solve my riddle, then I will immediately remove all the curses. So it's basically the same thing. If she solves the riddle, or if she completes the 3 tasks.
And I'm going to read the riddle for you right here.
Yes, very important.
There are those who seek me a lifetime, but we never meet. And those I kiss, but who trample me beneath ungrateful feet. At times I seem to favor the clever and the fair, but I bless all those who are brave enough to dare. By large, my ministrations are soft-handed and sweet, but scorned I become a difficult beast to defeat. For though each of my strikes lands a powerful blow, when I kill, I do it slow.
Wow.
Very beautiful. And
you're like, what could this answer possibly ever be?
She's no fucking idea.
Holy shit. She's like, is it like a knife? Is it like a poison?
Is it disease?
Is it disease?
The answer is love.
Spoiler alert. The answer is love. The answer is love. We'll get back to that.
She's like,
I got some words to say about that.
Relax.
All right. Sorry.
She's like, or you could just say this and I'll free everyone instantly and like you win. If you like say this, answer this.
If you know the riddle. And she's like, I have no fucking clue what this could possibly be.
No fucking idea. No idea.
She gets locked up and she's like, all right, we're going to await your first trial.
Yep. First trial. She goes in this labyrinth, and it's this giant sandworm.
It's this giant sandworm in his home, which his home is this mud labyrinth. But the twist is he can only see by smelling you. And that's why he coated his labyrinth in a stinky mud that completely obscures the scent of everything around it. But for some reason, it makes sense.
No, it's his shit, basically.
Yep. His
and bones. It's shit and bones.
It's shit and bones. It's all his decomposed bodies from the stuff he's eating.
I'm gonna TLDR this.
Yep.
Because we got to get this moving on.
Yeah, we do.
TLDR. She finds bones in the labyrinth, and in a pit, she breaks the bones and makes them sharp. Sandworm falls into the pit, hits bones, and dies. So she completes the first trial. On to the second trial.
Yes.
And this is where Rysand gets introduced a little bit.
Rysand.
Before this.
Yep. Rysand, after the first trial, Feyre was left broken and beaten.
Her arm bone is like sticking out. She's feverish and dying.
And Rysand, by the way, who we also find out is Amarantha's whore.
Yeah.
Like literal whore.
Yeah. Because he's hot. It's awesome.
And some other reasons that don't matter. And he says, Feyre, I will heal you if you will give me, and the deal they make is every month she must spend 1 week at his estate. And if she does that, he will help her. And she agrees. She's tattooed to mark that they've made an agreement.
There's like an eye on her hand and stuff like that she swears is looking at her.
And then basically between the trials, he has escorts her.
His property.
She's his property.
He sluts her out. Makes her drink this wine that gets her like so fucked up that she doesn't remember anything and has her like strip and stuff like that.
Yep. Anyways, second trial. This it doesn't even matter. She passes.
It's okay. The second trial, I do want to say what it is. It's a passage on the wall. She just has to read it and answer right. But very important. She's illiterate. She can't read or write.
She can't read or write.
So she gets helped. During this through his tattoo that he has on her, and she solves it.
Rysand tells her the answer, and she flips the lever and survives.
All right. On to trial 3. This one's crazy.
Wow. All right. She walks into this grand hall. All the Fae are gathered, all the high Fae. Amarantha is on her throne with Rysand to her right, Tamlin to her left, because she still wants Tamlin. And there's 3 Fae that are brought before her, 3 fairies.
Hoods over their heads. Knives behind them.
And she says, Feyre, as your last task, you must kill these 3 fairies.
And Feyre's like, all right, this sucks. She's very hurt, but she kills the first 2.
Yep.
And the third one is revealed to actually be Tamlin.
Holy shit, it was Tamlin all along.
It's Tamlin.
No.
And the other Tamlin by her side was a fake.
Yep.
This real Tamlin's real. And she thinks back on like a bunch of shit that was said about him having a heart of stone. Like it mentions that his heart is like stone and stuff like that throughout the book. And she's like, oh, I can stab his heart and it won't break.
Yeah.
So she stabs him. Doesn't break. Doesn't fucking matter. Cause
his heart was stone.
Yep. And Amarantha's like, psych, bitch. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yep.
Starts beating the shit out of her.
Because when she made the promise, she didn't say immediately.
Instantly. I'm going to kill you right here, bitch.
Yep.
And she starts throwing her on the ground. She's killing her, ravaging her body.
And Rysand tries to stop her.
He does try to stop her.
He grabs a knife and tries to stop her. And she's like, and Rysand flies away.
Yep. He's worthless, basically. Yep. And as she's on her like last breath, she's like, the answer to the riddle is love.
It's love.
It's love.
And that was different because she said immediately.
She did say immediately on that
everyone immediately gets all their powers back.
Tamlin gets his power back and he turns into this giant fucking beast and just takes his sword and stabs it through her head and rips her throat out.
Murks
this bitch instantaneously. This bitch who took over the entire land of Prithia.
But no, Cameron, we're missing something.
Feyre's dying.
Feyre died.
She's dead.
She died.
She's looking at the world through Rysand because of the tattoo.
She died.
And all these High Lords who do not agree with each other except for a couple come together and they drop a magic seed onto her heart.
A piece of their power.
A piece of their power. And they all do it. And she wakes. Her fingers longer.
She wakes up.
She feels stronger. She's a high fae now.
She's turned into a high
She's turned into a fairy.
Now she's immortal.
They live happily ever after. they go back to their estate, and it ends with them saying that they're going to get married.
Yep.
And that's the summary of the plot.
That's the summary of the plot. Wow. What a
plot it is.
What a love story. What a beautiful love story this is. Where to start, Cameron?
I don't know. This is a lot.
This is crazy.
So let's just dive right into it, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna talk about what I liked first. No. Let's talk about what we didn't like. I want to talk about. I got a couple problems with this book. Okay.
Do you want to start?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do want to start. So I was really enjoying my time up with this book. I had issues with it, of course. There's issues in the beginning and stuff like that, but it was a page turner for me, and
Okay.
I was kind of tearing through it. Honestly, I was enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the world building and stuff like that. I thought it was cool, this like fairy tale-esque place. And the part that really where I really started to have big issues with this book, where it kind of like made me struggle to read it, was the turning point where she goes back to the estate.
Chapter 32.
Yep, the spring court, and the lore drop gets knocked onto
Giant
her.
lore drop, the great reveal of everything.
And there's a lot of issues with this, but my first one, and this very much makes me angry, is Tamlin letting her go 3 days before the curse was fixed. This made me set the book down. I threw it on my recliner, and I'm like, my wife loves these books.
Yep.
And I go, babe, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? This guy, this High Lord, right? Okay, I get it. He doesn't want to be a High Lord and blah, blah, blah. He's not that experienced at it. Anyways, he's a High Lord. He has all these people living under him, all these people that he loves, because it makes it very obvious he loves his people. He mourns over every death and all this stuff.
Yep.
Is I'm going to let our only hope leave 3 days before the curse is lifted, right after we have sex, and that I say I love you, and that we're at the highest point of our relationship. And there's 3 days left. And he goes, fuck it. I'm worried about you. So go.
Yep.
Which I guess is to show, oh, he loves her so much and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, let's be honest, bro.
Yep.
The whole fate of everybody.
Yep.
And he's this strong leader. You can feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And still keep her there.
Yep.
There's still a chance. And also, okay, if... let's say he's like, okay, go back to the human lands and we'll just sacrifice all this for you because I love you so much.
Yep.
What happens after everyone's fucked?
Yep.
The humans are going to fucking die.
Yep.
Or become slaves.
Yep.
She's not safe forever, bro.
No.
And okay, sure, she might get passage somewhere else, but come on.
Yep.
Come on. That was my biggest plot issue, up to that point.
Okay.
I could kind of ignore everything else and kind of just enjoy myself for what it was. That, oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you want to touch on before I go to the next point, I'll let you do that. But
so
I'm ready.
Before I do, here's the thing. I want to rant, right?
Go for it.
But should I let you finish your piece and then I can rant?
I was going to talk about Amarantha next, but you kind of tell me.
No. Yeah, I'll let you finish, and then I'll give my response, and then do my rant.
Other biggest issue.
Yeah.
She goes to Amarantha's court, basically under this mountain.
Yep.
Which I find very stupid.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But I get it. And she goes into the court.
Yep.
And the curse is done.
Yes.
The 49 years is over.
Yep.
She doesn't have to do anything.
Nope.
She doesn't have. Amarantha is this big bad woman that was sly enough to take the power of every fairy in the land, okay, and deceive their fairy king of Hybern,
dude,
and do all this. And at the very last moment where it's all good, she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna give you a chance." I find that is dumb as fuck,
bro. Not only does she say, I'm going to give you a chance. She says, first of all, I'm going to give you 3 trials. And that's the thing. If it was just the 3 trials, right? That's the thing, ready? She could have guaranteed she lost. She could have said, "You have to fight me 1v1." She could have said that.
Yes.
So honestly, her saying 3 trials, even though it's dumb that you're even, sorry, I need to talk to the mic. Even though it's dumb that she's even giving her a chance at all, she had a guaranteed win.
Yes.
And then on top of that, she gives this riddle.
And dude.
The answer is love, bro. Bro, can I? No, I gotta
Go.
Okay,
No,
bro.
Get it out, bro.
All right. Let's talk. Actually, yeah, I'll rant about this, and then I'll rant about the big picture stuff that I really hated about this book.
Okay,
bro. They brought up the 3 trials. I shit you not. You can go to my notes. I said, I bet the last trial is that she has to kill Tamlin, and then she says the riddle and then survives. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
When she says the riddle, I wish I would have wrote it down. The first thing that popped in my head was love. Oh, is the answer love?
It's
Bro,
love.
I thought about that in my head as a joke.
I just knew. I knew it because this book is very cheesy.
Bro, it makes no sense to me.
It makes no sense plot-wise. No.
Why would... Okay. First of all, Amarantha... Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm getting mad just thinking about it, bro. This book... Can I go on my thing?
Go for it.
This book pissed me off, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It makes me mad.
Okay.
It makes me mad thinking about this book. Because I was with you. The first half of this book, I didn't like overly enjoy it. But I was like, this is fine.
It's a good book.
It's fine. It's fine.
good.
It's not... The characters all suck. Just straight out. I'll say that. Lucien's the only one that has a personality.
And Nesta. I like Nesta.
We'll get to that.
Yep.
Lucien's the only one that has a personality. That at least is a common character.
Right.
So already I'm like, this book's not very good, but it's fine. It's fine. The world building, actually, I found kind of interesting. And I thought the prose was decent.
Fix your mic.
It should be good.
There you go. Okay.
I thought the prose was decent. The world building I actually found interesting. And then it got to this chapter 32. Oh my God, bro.
Throws it all out the fucking window, bro.
Everything was thrown out the window, bro.
What little we had.
What
Okay.
little, dude. And it's not only is the Tamlin 3-day thing so stupid, because you're right. He was right there.
Why is it always trials?
It was right there. I don't know, because Amarantha's a dumbass.
I hate trials in books. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I hate trials in books. I hate them so much.
Bro, but okay, and maybe this is where me and you will disagree, right? It ruined everything for me. Because okay, I knew coming into this book, I had heard that it's like it's their version of Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
When I heard that, I didn't realize it was a straight rip. The curse to the prince that she has to be told that she loves him, even though that he's a beast. And by the way, her version of a beast is just a hot guy with a mask on. And then
No, he turns into a beast, a hot beast. That's very strong.
Okay, but that's
And he can just turn out of it whenever he wants.
that's what my point. He can be just a hot dude with a mask whenever he wants. Bro. So they rip everything. That is okay. I'll get back to this because this is the overarching big issue that I want to talk about.
Right.
But anyways, so yeah, 32 comes along and it reveals everything about Amarantha, about the curse, about everything she did, and the whole reason why Tamlin brought her back, and it just ruined everything for me. It ruined the world building because I was like, oh, so magic is just whatever we want. There's no rules to magic because her magic could be that she curses him, but that a girl needs to say, I love you, but only after she kills a fae. And also she has to do it with hate in her heart. And then she has to come to her land and they can't tell her about it. And then she has to say the words, I love you. Like the amount of, and he has to wear a mask. The amount of barricades that's set up, it's literally magic is just whatever I want it to be. And it ruins every bit of like, oh, this world is actually cool. It's unique. It has religions. It has all this. It's like, no, all thrown away. All thrown away because it can just be whatever the author wants.
I don't know. I might disagree with you.
I had a huge issue with that. It took, and also just the way that they revealed everything made me mad.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like, and I don't want to say this, but I feel like I'd rather that, because I was talking to my wife about this too. The way it was revealed was really dumb. The way she goes to Amarantha is really dumb. This book should have been like 100 pages longer, and it should have been a different reveal or something with her going to different courts or something like that, gathering a force, you know what I mean? Something interesting to go to Amarantha instead of just walking in that bitch and getting lucky because she's stupid.
Yeah, bro, they even emphasize, Alice, the maid, even tells her, the one who does this huge plot reveal, which is literally just listing off facts.
Yes.
Like, there's no piecing it together. There's no puzzle. There was barely, there was barely any, like, foreshadowing to a lot of it, really.
Right.
It was just, these are all the answers that you've been wondering about. And then...
And, okay, up until the point in that book, though, it also makes no fucking sense. Because the thought... You're like, okay, the whole time, I'm like, why is she here?
Yes.
You killed a fairy.
Bro, and she never even questions it.
She doesn't question it at all.
Bro, the amount of times that it's made so obvious that Tamlin's like trying to like connect to her.
Yes.
And Lucian's like, hey, nudging him, like, hey, go talk to her.
Like,
and she just like, she like is just oblivious.
No, she's not oblivious, but
She
she
is
does not want to.
oblivious.
She does not want to deal. She does not want to like talk to them because she like hates them. Is the whole thing?
No,
She's
but
like,
she never questions why he's so nice.
she does a little bit.
But like, not really. Like it's it's made so obvious that Lucian wants him
Right.
to try a hit on her.
She questions it like twice, and then after that, it's just like gone from her head.
It's like,
forever.
oh, well, he is hot, so
yeah.
I guess it's okay.
Yes, it's good. I like him.
Which I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But it just, it makes me mad, man. It feels like everything was for nothing. All this like decent writing just culminated to this point. I think, this is what I honestly think. I think the author like wrote everything and was like, oh shoot, I have to figure out like what, like how to make this even like make sense.
Lore drop.
And then she fills in the plot.
Trials.
That's how it feels. Because
Yeah.
it feels like it's just like such like a, like,
Because up until that point, although there were some issues, what we keep saying, it was fine.
It was
It was
fine.
fine. And then, dude, yeah. I mean, we keep saying it, but that is the line in the sand where it just kind of goes downhill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Cameron, I hope you know, I'm trying really hard not to just keep going, because I want to just keep ravaging this thing, dude. This book made me mad, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's not you. That's the thing. I went into this book thinking, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. There's going to be so much smut. There's going to be like so much. Oh, it's going to be so gross and uncomfortable. There was like barely
One
any.
sex scene.
So like
Maybe two.
Not that like I wanted those things, but it's not even interesting because of that. So
Right.
all I have is this like flat, boring book with these boring characters. I'm not interested in this love affair at all. The characters who are like the love interest, both are boring. And then but at least, you know, there's some decent world building, there's some decent mystery, and then everything's revealed, and it makes me the worst reveal in the world. It makes me mad. It like I realized how much it was just ripped. Like it's so unoriginal of a so uninspired, and then it goes to Amarantha. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Why did she give her trials? Why did she give her a riddle? The conclusion
The riddle was
itself,
so dumb, bro.
well, I predicted it because it was so obvious.
And then it's as simple as she answers the riddle on her deathbed, and now Tamlin is this. There's no fight, dude. It's just Tamlin just rips her head off.
Bro, imagine if as soon as she said the riddle, if Pharaoh was just like, oh, it's love.
It just would have been over.
Book's just over.
Book's over.
Book's over.
I thought the book should have been over when she walked into it. If Amarantha, if there wasn't just a plot hole and the author had to fill in the gaps, the second she walked into that underground area, she would have been either using Feyre as a device to get Tamlin onto her side and like threatening hurting her or something like that, or just straight killing the bitch, is what should have happened in that scenario.
Yep.
There never should have been trials, especially considering Amarantha's lore, which I've reiterated that a couple times. So we're done with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Very obvious issues. Characters.
Okay. We can dial back a
Feyre.
little bit, calm down my nerves a little bit. Let me have some water, and we'll talk about characters, Cameron.
Yes. Feyre, the MC. She is strong. No denying that.
Oh, she's not just strong, Cameron. She's dependable. She's nice. She's empathetic.
She's the caregiver.
caring. Feyre is perfect.
Not perfect. She's not that pretty. It says a lot. until she eats a lot.
Feyre says that.
Yeah, Feyre says that. She's humble too. And she's illiterate.
She's illiterate. She's
a little bit stubborn.
Okay, to be clear, there's a thing, right? There's flaws, intentional flaws and unintentional flaws.
Right.
It feels like every flaw she had was unintentional other than illiterate.
Yeah. It felt like illiterate was kind of thrown in there for like...
To like give her something.
Yeah.
Give her something that she's not good at.
Right.
She paints. She's an amazing painter.
Her biggest character trait is that she's a painter.
Bro, and that's the thing. I swear to God, she only added that because she realized, wow, this character is boring.
What am I going to do when she gets to this estate? What am I going to write about?
Yeah, and it's like, what makes this character interesting at all? It's like, oh wait, she paints, she loves art. And that's like all it is. It feels like such like just like a thrown in thing. It doesn't even like come into the plot really.
No.
It like other than like she painted something for Tamlin, but Tamlin was going to fall in love anyways.
Right.
It like, it's just thrown in to make her unique and make her artsy and cool.
She's artsy.
She's artsy and cool.
And I still kind of liked her. I could understand. I'm gonna start talking about what I liked a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this book a break. We've dogged on it. We made it very obvious a lot of how we felt. But I'm just gonna say it. Even after all that, I know it was a lot, everybody, but stay with me here. I still think I enjoyed this book. And that's from the perspective of I went into it thinking, hey, this is just going to be like a fairy tale. We're in fairy tale land. The characters are not going to be that deep because it's a fairy tale. Feyre is just a device used for a romance to get across this fantasy because me and you are not the target audience here. It's very obviously women who are the target audience. And there's no problem with that. I don't think it's a problem that has a book that has a woman target audience.
No, not
but
at all. Not at all.
She's very obviously a device for like a woman's fantasy. It feels like she has these hot men hooning over her, and it's not much deeper than that. It's just like a love. She's just there for the love story.
Yeah,
and I was okay with that. Tamlin, again, another kind of flat character. There's not much to him other than he's this high fae and he was in this war band or whatever, and he's awesome and hot. Not much to him, but I was okay with that because again, it's a fairy tale. I just want to see the romance blossom and what happens and blah blah blah, and I want to be engrossed in this world because I will say again that first half of the book, I enjoyed the world building a lot. I enjoyed being in Prithian. I liked it. It had me giggling like a little girl sometimes because of how cheesy some of the writing was and how cute it was. But it was exactly what I wanted from this book. Okay? I don't think it needed to be a lot more than that. It was a little obnoxious and whimsical. Whimsical is a very good word. And it was just lovey and it didn't need any depth for me. And it was fine. And then you get to the end part.
Yeah.
And I was pissed off about it, but everything is kind of like, well, the plot has issues. The writing wasn't bad, and it had a happy ending. And I don't know. It was just kind of I was still happy.
All right, so this is what I think. I could see where you're coming from in the idea that like, oh, this is just a fairy tale. It doesn't need all this stuff. But I don't think that's what this book is, Cameron. I think this book very clearly presents itself as an adult high fantasy version of a fairy tale. Or taking a fairy tale story and bringing it into this real world.
Right.
It describes in detail as things die, as the light leaves their eyes, as blood comes out of their skin. It talks about these grotesque sexual scenes. It is a adult fantasy story being told using fairy tale logic. And that's why it falls flat. Because the bones of the story don't match anything else. It like it was built on this thing that just doesn't work. Like, okay, and that's the other thing too, is the fairy tale that it stole from. The reason that story works, right, is because of the characters. because it tells a story of this beast who's angry all the time, who was vain, and that was the whole reason, that the reason he was cursed is because of his own vanity. It's his flaws, and the point is that he has to overcome those flaws, while this young innocent woman has to learn to see past his flaws to the person that he truly is, see past the beast.
Right.
This just doesn't have any of that. Because you don't need it, because this man is perfect, this woman's perfect, like they're not perfect literally,
right,
but
I know what you're saying.
Essentially perfect. He's already hot, he's already kind, he doesn't have any problems he needs to fix. She doesn't have any problems she needs to fix, other than maybe her prejudice against fairies,
which gets fixed
fixed instantly. So like it has none of the bones that made that fairy tale even work. It's like it's taking the core elements of it and just slapping onto this adult fantasy story because you wanted it to be like unique or something. But it just doesn't work to me. Does that make sense?
It does, but
it doesn't work.
But at the end of the day, I can understand I think all of that you just said is pretty much objective, like fact for me. I feel almost the exact same way, but for some reason my heart is twisting at me, and it's like, but I still like. It was fun to read. I thoroughly enjoyed reading 75% of this book.
Yeah, I maybe that's the difference too. Is I could never buy the love, the love story. Like it never as fun as some of the scenes were. The summer solstice was probably the funnest part of the book. Like I thought that was really funny. It was like very sweet. They were dancing together. She's drunk.
She's playing the fiddle.
She's playing the fiddle. It's very high fantasy, very funny. But
that didn't make you smile.
That I would say that maybe that made me smile. But
maybe that's all we get.
But the point is that I don't buy the progression of their love. There's nothing I don't know. It felt just obvious. There was no back and forth of there was no tension. It just worked.
Yeah, there was tension in the very beginning. I will say that.
Yeah.
And then after the one thing with the Star Lake or whatever, after that, it was just full on love story.
Yeah. Well, actually, what it really started from was when that, and actually, once again, this was probably, I gave this good marks in my notes.
Okay.
Was the chapter when the fairy with the wings, when he comes in and they've been ripped off of him.
That was a good scene.
I really I thought the tension was actually really well done. Him repeating she stole my wings over and over as he's bleeding out, and Tamlin's doing all he can to try to save him. And I thought it was the tension was really well done. I actually really liked that scene.
Yeah, that was great.
And what I didn't like about it was after everything happens, Feyre, out of seemingly you wouldn't have expected it, she helps the fairy, and she holds him while he dies, and it's very sweet. And when Tamlin asks her, she's like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do it?" And she was like, "Because I wouldn't have wanted to die alone," and basically saying fairies are just like me. That was the end of the prejudice.
Right,
bro. They changed that one sentence, and all of a sudden I would look at it a different light if they just changed it to her saying, "I don't know." But instead, it's this complete 180 where she instantly realizes, oh, they're just people. It removed that's when the 180 happened of oh, I care about fairies now.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it would have been way better if it was this impulsive thing that she did, that she didn't understand why she did it, and then she realizes, she's like, I did it because I cared, and it's why did I care? It's well, because fairies are people, or fairies are humans. Make it some realization. She just had the answer.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's once again, it kind of is that thing where it's everything just comes too easily.
There should have been a little bit of a build up there. Yeah. I agree.
She's never faced any consequences during this book. Everything she did, she got at the best case scenario. Pretty much every time. The only thing that kind of happened was she trapped that I forgot what the beast is called. The thing that answers your
questions.
Surreal or something like that. Surreal. We'll just say surreal. She traps the surreal. After, by the way, they were don't do it. They're very dangerous. Took her 5 seconds. Clean.
And it's cool.
Easy. Cool. Done. She traps it. And then some Naga come, and that was okay, some consequence. But she kills 2 of them. Easy. Boom. Nothing. Not a problem. And then the other 2 are oh, we're gonna play with our food a little bit. After she already killed 2 of you, bro. If I'm the Naga, maybe I would have taunted her at first. But as soon as she kills half of our group, kill her. Kill her instantly.
And guess who's there?
And then Tamlin comes roaring.
Tamlin!
Because they decide to keep mocking her after she already killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, why did that happen? Silly.
Something I liked.
Okay.
Again, I'm countering your negative energy here
Okay.
because
I've a lot.
there's a lot of negative energy. I need to clear this out. Okay.
And real quick, I'm sorry if you like this book. I'm not like I would never judge someone for liking a book I don't like. I just thought this book did so many things wrong, and it just upset me.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
Anyways, yeah. What were you saying?
I thought a lot of, while the lore dump wasn't like a list, and it was poor. The lore dump was poorly done.
Yes.
But I actually did like the whole thing with Amarantha and the story about why she did what she did, and killing her sister, having this falling in love with a human warlord or whatever named Jurian, and how he just used her sister for tips in the war and kills her.
Yeah.
And how it just sends Amarantha in this spiral.
Yeah.
And you remember what she does to Jurian? She crucifies him, tortures him for weeks, and then takes his soul and keeps it encapsulated into this ring on her finger that has an eye in it. And so he's forever stuck just like perceiving, and that's it.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
It was really cool.
The lore in this book I really liked. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
And the other lore drop that I thought was really cool was Lucian's.
Yes.
Lucian's backstory was awesome.
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed hearing about everything with his brothers and the Autumn Court and all that stuff.
That is true. Sorry, I realized we said let's talk about characters, and we went way off base. That's my fault. Yeah, Lucian, I will say, of all the characters, I've dog on all the characters. Lucian, I actually thought was an interesting character.
Lucian was great. He was awesome. Another great character, and you might disagree.
Oh
here,
yeah. Let's talk about this.
Is what's his name? Rysand.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Nesta.
No, I'm going to her next.
Okay.
Rysand.
Rysand, actually, I agree. I actually thought
he was very well done.
I found him compelling.
Yeah, he was very compelling.
I
think I've seen a lot of stuff on Reddit. I think a lot of the book talk girlies find him very compelling too. I see a lot of people saying.
I saw a spoiler alert.
Really?
But I guess I won't say it because it's for the second book. But I won't.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
So I might want to read the second book.
Okay. All right. I won't say anything.
Rysand, I think I know the spoiler you're talking about. I'm not. Let's not say it. Let's not say it.
No,
just in case I'm wrong.
Let's not worry about it.
A lot of the book talk girlies said immediately whenever they got introduced to Rysand that he should have been the love interest from the very beginning, because he was so much more interesting, and like even if he's like a bad guy, it's just Tamlin is just a little boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Rysand, he is dark and mysterious and cool and like classic.
Very hot.
Yeah, very hot, like all the other guys. And I like how he is like this. He's not good.
No,
obviously.
yeah.
And he's working for Amarantha and stuff like that. But the whole plot of them in Amarantha's court and him helping her on the low and stuff like that, but having to like show her off and do these fucking terrible things. And like in one scene where Tamlin sneaks away and like tries to get with her or whatever, he like saves his life basically, and like has to like kiss her whenever Amarantha walks in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All of that stuff I really enjoyed reading, and I thought he was sick. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I mostly agree. I found him actually pretty cool, pretty interesting.
He's fucking wings, bro.
And I liked his story a lot. I like the fact that it was like finally a character with like some depth to him. Like
exactly.
He has to be this whore for this woman that he hates, but he has to pretend that he likes her, and he has to do all these things. And I saw some people like not liking the fact that like Rysand did all these things to Feyre, which is understandable because it is like pretty.
I was pissed off when it was happening.
It was pretty awful.
Yeah.
But the like idea behind it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Even like the whole thing where like he was like kissing her or whatever, like that was just because if he didn't do that, Amarantha would have known what happened.
And he only ever touched her hips.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like there's a reason the whole paint thing is she was always painted, and like you could only ever see marks on her hips and like stuff like that. He never went too far.
Yeah, one thing, and I'm curious what you'd say to this. I don't understand why he would have told Amarantha the name of the other woman. That's not because I remember when we first met Rysand, I made a note and I said, this character seems interesting. I hope he's not just a one-note evil villain. And then the next scene happens where he comes back to the manor and he makes Tamlin beg. And I wrote, oh, he is just a one-note villain. That sucks.
Right.
And then he like comes back and is like, whoa, he actually has some depth. This is cool. But then I thought back, I was like, this feels very off from how he acted.
So I don't have a good answer for that, but
Okay.
I have a theory because I thought about that too.
Okay.
I think because remember he searches her mind.
Yeah.
I think it's he knew it was a fake.
So I thought about that. But then my next question was, why tell her at all?
Because Amarantha probably
I couldn't think of a good answer for that.
I'm assuming because like she would have found out anyway, so like it had something to do with like blowing his cover.
Okay.
That's my thought process on it. I don't have a good answer, but like,
Because yeah, that really kind of like I kept thinking about that. I was like, it just like him like making them beg on their knees.
Amarantha knew about the curse already because she's the one who like created the curse.
Yeah.
So it's assuming the curse is almost over. It's assuming that the reason why he's here and stuff like that is obviously Tamlin's probably trying to get this girl to fall in love with him, and he meets a woman, he meets her at the rite or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess that still doesn't explain why he would tell her. But
And I was gonna say, like, I think they actually make it pretty clear that they didn't know. That was like the whole thing. That's why like they hid her. That's why like when the winged, I forgot the name of it, the winged guy came, he had no clue that she had a human. Like that, it was made pretty clear that they didn't know that they had a human. At least that's how it felt. And then it was like this big thing. It was like, who's here? Like that's why I was like, whoa, like
right, yeah,
you know what I
see,
mean?
yeah. I mean, maybe I was wrong on that.
But yeah, like I don't. But like I mean, and so like to me, I'm like, okay, is that just a plot hole? Like maybe it is, or maybe it's explained in the next book.
It might be.
Maybe there is a reason for it.
Apparently, a lot of stuff is explained and a lot better in the next book.
Okay,
That's what my wife tells me.
interesting.
Apparently, the first one is definitely the weakest one.
Yep.
And it kind of opens up. I mean, no more Amarantha is a good thing, right?
Yep.
So,
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's talk about Nesta.
Nesta.
I want to start off real quick, just kind of talking about our families in general. This once again, just kind of adding on to the pool of things that I didn't like. I wish I found her family like any more intriguing. I like in the first few chapters, it's like comical how bad they are. Elaine is I think is played off as like this very like sweet, like bubbly person.
Right.
But when you read her in the first couple chapters, I read her as selfish. I don't read her.
I think she's supposed to come off that way.
But in the later chapters, when she comes back to her own,
She's like nice.
yeah, they talk about her like she's nice and
I found that weird
everyone
too.
dotes on her, and it's like, oh, I love how happy she is all the time, and even the fact that like Nesta is always so protective of her, which the fact that Nesta was protective of her made me appreciate Nesta more. But Elaine, I always thought, I was like, wow, like why does she not get as much hate? Like when it said like she didn't even know that she didn't even think to help. And it's like, I think it's supposed to play off as like, oh wow, she's just so bubbly. But she's like asking for money. She's spending the money. Her not asking to help is not her being ignorant of I could help. If you're a nice person, you would ask to help, no matter what. It just like, it just makes me think she's selfless, and it's annoying or selfish. That was annoying. I wish when Tamlin said, I bet your father would have come back or would have actually come for you. Like he told that to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh thought she saw her father coming to the gates, and she was like, no, he wouldn't have. And then it's kind of like confirmed, like, yeah, no, he wouldn't have. I wish I would have believed he would have, because then that would have added something to him. It's like
him and Elaine are kind of useless.
Yeah, it's like
I think they're there. I think they're there for the reason of showing Nesta off. I have a feeling that in the second book, Nesta might be a little bit more important.
Okay.
Her family probably plays a little bit bigger role, since now she's this high fae. She probably has more power and control and everything. So I think it's probably going to build on her family relationships a lot more. And I think Elaine and her dad are solely there to show Nesta's like development, because Nesta goes from being this like greedy bitch and like super rude and just obnoxious to, in the second era or whatever, when she comes back, she's like, I knew the whole time. She kind of admits the reason why I was acting like that is because I knew I couldn't do what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I found that awesome. I like Nesta a lot. And she still wasn't like that nice of a person when she was there, but they opened up a little bit, and you could tell they got closer. I like that they didn't change her entire personality, which I thought was good. So yeah, I think they're there to help enunciate Nesta.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I appreciated Nesta a lot more when they came back, and it was like the reveal that she had actually tried to save Feyre.
Yes.
And like it was her will was strong enough that the whatever the magic didn't work on her.
And that's important because her will going and trying to like save her is like, okay, fuck, I didn't try to save Tamlin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the realization there.
Like it made me appreciate Nesta a lot more. It didn't like make up for the like how awful of a person she was.
Yeah.
Like just once again like comically awful.
Yeah.
But it did make me appreciate her more than at least the rest of her.
That
family.
really didn't make sense at the beginning for me.
We're
we're all starving. You're the only one hunting. I feel like when you're starving, right? You're become overly grateful because you want to eat. Even if you can't go, you're not going to go out and hunt yourself.
Yeah.
When someone brings food back, I feel like if you're hungry enough, you're just like, yes, I'll do whatever you want for this food.
Yeah. No, I think so. And to me, the only role they played then was just to show how perfect Feyre was.
Yeah.
Which kind of just once again added to the idea like Feyre's just good at everything. And I think to add on that, every character kept saying how good Feyre was. And I think that's more important.
That kind of sets up my hope for the next book because I think I do want to read the second one.
Okay.
Because I think now that this perfect fairy tale thing is like set up and kind of over with, I'm hoping because now it talks about Feyre having some trauma and some issues from this book and everything with that. I'm hoping there's some drama there in her character. I'm hoping there's some character development, you know.
Yeah.
This is her first time like not going through something fucked up because I guess the winters there were probably fucked up in the beginning, but like I don't know, having some personality, you know, going through some real shit.
Yeah.
That can build you up, and seeing how she deals with, hopefully they talk about that in the next book and how she deals with these things. Having to kill those two fairies is pretty crazy. And this wedding with Tamlin, I think I saw like the back cover or whatever. It's talking about they're getting married or something like that. And then her having to a week out of every month going and seeing this other hot, mysterious guy, Rysand. Yeah. So this first book pissed me off, but I think I enjoyed it enough, and I think it sets up the next book enough that I'm like, I was thinking about it today. I was a little excited. I was like, dude, I might want to read this as my next book.
Okay.
I'm like it.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
That's
You don't feel that way.
I just don't, man. I don't at all. I thought this book was so poorly done. I thought that everything fell flat for me. Anything decent that they had just completely got thrown in the dumpster and burned.
Right.
And the reveal, the thing is, the reveal, it wasn't like the reveal happened and then everything after was bad. The reveal made everything in retrospect worse, and then everything after was bad. You know what I mean? So like it pained me.
It kind of helped clear up a little bit of things because again, before the reveal, it's like this plot makes no fucking sense.
Well, no, yeah, and the thing is, I'm not saying that. I was expecting it to make sense, right? Like from the very beginning, like I said, it's made pretty obvious that he's trying to woo her.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But that's what blew my fucking mind, right? I'm like, why? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but like I said, I knew there was going to be a reason.
Yeah,
I trusted that there was going to be a reason. You know what I mean? So when I say it made things worse in retrospect, I'm not saying because like it answered the question, but I always knew there was going to be an answer. But I'm saying everything else kind of like ruined like all the things it was building up to.
Right.
Because it just made things not make sense in some ways. I thought the curse was really stupid, and I thought all this stuff was really stupid. Amarantha's an idiot. She's just an idiot. Once again, kind of looking back at like what the original Beauty and the Beast, the curse was due to the vanity of the beast. It was the beast's fault. And the witch is never the villain. The witch who curses him isn't the villain. It's just a plot device to create that event. So when the villain isn't the beast, or not the villain isn't the beast, but when like the plot isn't about the beast, it like doesn't work.
Yeah, because I mean, he's not really a beast.
No, he's not a beast. It's not Beauty and the Beast. It's Beauty and the Beauty, but using the plot of Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say he's a beast because he's a fairy and she hates fairies.
Yeah,
maybe that's the actual.
but yeah, that gets cleared up too quickly.
Yeah, it does.
If that's the
way
case.
too quickly.
You know what I mean? Which I mean because that's one of our other categories that we rate things on. Which I know we're super late into this, but we both rated this book using the
Two to Rambler rating system.
yes.
Their system is fantastic. Shout out to those guys.
There's different categories that you rate like out of 5 stars, and they take the average. So I was looking at those categories and I was trying to think like, okay, what do I give the score for each one? And then I got to like one of the categories is thought provoking, and how much did this book make you think? And it like there was nothing to this book. Like all the themes it kind of brought up, the idea of like prejudice, of like the world lying to you, like false history. There was a lot of themes about like being different from your parents. Like Tamlin didn't want to be like his father. Lucian didn't want to be like his father. It's like letting the past be in the past, this whole war. But at no point do you ever, is it really meant for you to question anything. Everything is kind of told to you and you're just like accepting them as true. You never,
yeah, for sure.
You never like question the motives of any of these characters.
No. Well, maybe Rysand.
Rysand, yeah, might be like the only one where like it's put into question. But it's once again, it's more like no. I think I'd give you Rysand. I think I'd give you Rysand. I think pretty much like everyone else though, it's like it's very like cut and dry.
Yeah.
And so it's like once again, it's like there really isn't anything in this book that like makes me think. There's no moral really. Like Beauty and the Beast, obviously the moral is like beauty's within, not without.
Right.
There's none of that.
No. I didn't even think about a theme once while reading this.
So that's what I mean.
Book.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I finished the book and I thought there was no point to anything. That's how I felt. There was no point to anything. I didn't learn anything.
Their love.
Their
John.
love wasn't
Their
interesting.
love. It's about their love.
It was not interesting though. That's my point. Like it didn't.
It was just fun.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Cameron.
Objectively, again,
it didn't work. This book didn't work.
One of my problems with the rating system that we use is I think there needs to be another category.
No. I thought about this when you sent that text. It doesn't work. So
I think there should be a fun category. And listen, I know it sounds a little silly, right? But I think it does, because again, objectively, I'm like rating this book so terrible on my scale, but I don't hate the book. So, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time reading this. Even with all these huge issues, I came away smiling.
So that would make me ask, before I touch on the extra category thing.
Yeah.
What made you smile in it?
A lot of the writing made me smile.
So prose.
Yes, the
prose value should have been higher.
The prose value was higher for me.
If it was the plot that you found fun, that number should have been higher.
But I don't know, when I'm thinking about objective plot.
But when you're saying fun, are books allowed to not be fun? There's
sometimes like The Brothers Karamazov, I don't think is a very fun book.
So that shouldn't be a category.
Objectively, right? The plot in that book is amazing.
Yep.
The characters in that book is amazing. The prose is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of boring sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just very boring and very slow.
So maybe not fun, engagement or engaging.
Maybe engagement.
So that I would say that should be emotional impact.
You think so?
Yes. Because that's the thing. It's like that was the
thing
whole
with
point.
emotional impact.
Emotional impact. Did this book make you feel how it was supposed to make you feel?
Right.
So if it's a fun book and it made you feel like have fun the whole way through, then that number should be high.
Okay. Yeah, I'll concede that.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
If because I will say I thought about the idea of having just like, I don't know what I'd call it, but it would just be like basically a personal category. Because there's some books that are objectively not very good, but you love.
Right.
And that's kind of like the category that lets you.
That's kind of how I feel about this book.
So like that I could see there being a thing. It's just a personal one. It's like, okay, objectively, this book on average it becomes a 3.25. But this is like my childhood book. I love it. I grew up with it. I find meaning from it more than most people. I'm gonna add a 4 to it just to bump it up because
This could be its own episode.
Because I love it so much.
We could talk about the rating system so much.
But yeah, anyways, but that's to say, fun, it should be expressed throughout the other categories.
Yeah, I didn't even think about putting it under emotional impact, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought like romance, it should have like made me like cry or something like that. But I guess having fun in the book would be emotional impact. So yeah,
for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and if you were smiling, if you were cheesing.
Yeah, dude, there are some scenes. I mean, it's so cheesy. This book is so cheesy throughout the whole thing. But it was cheesy in a good way, I think, where it just kind of like, I was like giggling like a little girl. I was like, this dude, he's talking about his like muscles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just kind of, it's dumb, but it was just kind of, it was enjoyable.
I get what you're saying a little bit.
Tamlin didn't need to be this in-depth character. He just needed to be big and handsome and nice and treat her well.
Yeah, I guess my point is that you can do all those things while having a captivating story, and it just wasn't. I left the story feeling there was 0 point to me reading that, and like fairy tales have a point.
Right. Yeah, that's the big thing, right?
Every book should have a point.
Yeah.
You should leave the book with some conclusion.
Even if it's just the story was good.
Yeah. Like something to bring out of it, and so like when someone like asks you about it, you can tell them about it. If someone asks you about this book, what would I tell them? Like I guess you could say, yeah, it was fun, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's no real depth here, other than I guess you could say the world has some depth to it.
Yeah,
I'll give it to the world. You could tell she spent some time designing this, and that might come into fruition in the later books.
Yeah,
it probably does.
I hope so, because like I said, the first half, I thought the world building was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
I thought the religion stuff was really cool. The idea of like they don't remember the names of their gods.
Yes.
The idea of like the cauldron was like kind of funny, but it was cool that like they like had this thing. And
it touched on the children. The children of the human religious people, the religious group that loved the fairies.
Yes, I thought that was kind of cool.
And how it tied back to the humans being used as messengers between the courts that had alliances together.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and once again, I just wish that wasn't just like literally handed to you on a silver platter. I wish it was something you found out.
Exactly.
Too much of it was just kind of like given to you straight up.
Said.
Yeah, which definitely like
it doesn't even leave it up to interpretation at all.
No,
it like says something that could be led up to interpretation, and then Favor's like, "Oh, that's what they're used for." You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it tells you very straight.
How
up.
old are we?
But yeah, so I would say, yeah. What do you say? Should we give our final remarks and then?
I think so.
Okay.
Give me like a TLDR of how you feel, and that's how we'll and then I'll give mine, and we'll end it there.
All right. My TLDR. I came into this book expecting a funny, uncomfortable experience that would make me cheese and that would leave me uncomfortable, but being like, I can't believe I read that, and kind of laughing a little bit. I left this book being bored. I left this book being utterly disappointed. I left this book feeling nothing. I left this book and I'm glad to be done with it. I got nothing from it. I feel like the entire premise of the book just didn't work. And it feels like a book of nothing.
I get that. And what I'm going to say, I went into this book not expecting much.
Mm-hmm.
My expectations were very low. I went in thinking this was going to be like a 2 out of 10 for me, or like a 1 star or something like that. And I thought it was going to be very smutty and kind of gross, like what you said. And I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of the world building and how much fun I had in this book, even with its major issues. Because this book has very glaring issues all over the place. From every category you could rate this book on, it has issues. But for some reason, and I can't put this into words very well, I can get past that and smile that I read this book and go, I had a good time. The characters weren't perfect. Nothing was perfect about this book, but it was just fun. And I was thinking about, and on the car ride to work today, I was like, I wonder what happens in the second book. I was like in the car. I texted my wife. I go, I wonder. I kind of want to read the second book.
Yeah,
it makes me feel a little weird and maybe a little bit feminine for wanting to read the second book of this romantic series, but I just think I can see the second book being a lot better.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited.
It's funny, like the stark difference in experience, because I was driving to work and I was getting mad thinking about this book. This book like actively makes me angry to think about.
The whole Amarantha section pisses me off beyond belief.
The problem is when like I said, the entire premise of the book pisses me off.
Right. I guess I never really thought about the whole Beauty and the Beast thing, other than like this is like the basis of the story kind of, and it kind of just left my mind after I started reading.
I think it's more like it's nothing while trying to copy this thing, while it being nothing even with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess all that's left to say is, did it suck or did it fuck?
So we obviously disagree here, I think.
Well, let's say it on 3.
3, 2, 1.
Sucks.
This book fucked.
This book sucked so much.
It has very glaring issues that I hate.
Yep.
But I think it's worth a read. I think it's worth a read.
Cam, what's your rating?
So I rated it on my scale yesterday, and my official rating for this book is 3 out of 5 stars.
I give it 2 stars.
So we're pretty close.
Which is crazy, right?
But I didn't put my heart section of my rating scale into my rating. I was trying to be very objective about it and try to like kind of take away how I felt, because I know this book has so many issues.
Yeah.
With its characters, plot, everything. But if there was a heart section, I'd be giving this book like a 3.5 or 4.
Yeah. Honestly, if we added a personal section,
it'd be lower. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, dude. I mean,
that's it.
That was great.
That was our episode 1 or no, episode 2 of the podcast, but our first ever
suck or fuck.
And with that, I think we're good to go.
Yep. I appreciate y'all for watching. Shout out to the guy who left our first comment. I think his name was Stray Cat or something like that. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for watching. And shout out to everybody for liking the video and giving us support.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We're going to try to post some shorts, some clips of the podcast. Eventually, we'd like to post some solo content as well. But, we'll probably touch on that in another podcast episode.
And with that, I think we're good.
All right.
See ya.